Waking up at 3 a.m. Spiritual meaning. Have you ever found yourself waking up suddenly at 3 a.m., wide awake and unsure why? While this early morning hour may seem like just another time of the night, it has stirred deep curiosity across cultures and spiritual traditions for centuries. Many believe there's a deeper spiritual reason behind consistently waking at 3 a.m., one that may be urging you to pay attention to your inner world. This video explains the spiritual meaning of waking up at 3 a.m., drawing from ancient wisdom, spiritual symbolism, and modern perspectives on consciousness and energy. Whether you're waking at this hour due to restlessness or feel mysteriously drawn to the quiet, dark stillness, what follows may help you better understand what your soul might be trying to tell you. Understanding the 3 a.m. hour, a time of spiritual significance. The time between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. is often called the spiritual hour, or more dramatically, the witching hour, or the divine hour. It's the time when the world is mostly asleep. The veil between the physical and spiritual realms is said to be at its thinnest, and energy flows in a uniquely subtle but powerful way. Many spiritual traditions see this time as sacred. In Christianity, 3 a.m. is considered the inverse of the hour when Jesus died, believed to be around 3 p.m. As such, some consider it a time when spiritual activity increases, both divine and demonic. Prayer warriors often wake at this time to intercede. In traditional Chinese medicine, the body's energy, or qi, moves through different organs in 2-hour intervals. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., energy flows through the lungs, an organ connected to grief and emotional release. If you wake consistently at this time, it could mean unresolved sadness or spiritual transformation is underway. In Hinduism and yoga, the time before sunrise, known as Brahma Muhurta, about 90 minutes before dawn, is believed to be ideal for meditation and spiritual practices. It's a time of heightened clarity, stillness, and connection to the higher self. Why do you wake up at 3 a.m.? Possible spiritual messages. When you repeatedly wake up at 3 a.m., it's worth exploring not just physical or psychological causes, but also the spiritual messages it might carry. Here are some common spiritual interpretations of this unusual phenomenon. A spiritual awakening is unfolding. One of the most common spiritual meanings of waking at 3 a.m. is that you are going through or are about to enter a spiritual awakening. Your soul is nudging you toward greater awareness. During these transitions, people often feel a deep inner restlessness, vivid dreams, and altered sleep patterns. Waking up in the middle of the night could be your soul's way of calling you to explore deeper truths and realign with your life purpose. If this resonates, use the quiet of 3 a.m. to reflect, meditate, pray, or journal. Ask your higher self what needs to come to light. Divine communication is happening. Many believe that waking up at 3 a.m. is a sign that your spirit guides, angels, or ancestors are trying to communicate with you. Because the world is quiet and your mind is less distracted, this hour creates a channel through which divine messages can pass more clearly. If this happens frequently, pay attention to thoughts that come to you immediately upon waking, repetitive dreams or symbols, strong emotions or intuitive insights. Keep a notebook by your bed. Over time, you may start to notice patterns or messages hidden in these moments of stillness. Energetic shifts are occurring. Waking at 3 a.m. can signify that your energy body is shifting or recalibrating. This may happen during times of emotional healing, chakra alignment, or spiritual upgrades. For example, the heart and throat chakras often undergo intense changes during spiritual growth. The energy surges may be strong enough to wake you, particularly if you're sensitive or empathic. Taking time to ground yourself during the day through nature, meditation, or breath work can help balance these energetic changes and reduce sleep disturbances. You're being called to spiritual practice. The peaceful solitude of 3 a.m. is the perfect time to pray, meditate, or connect to your inner self. Many mystics, monks, and saints chose to rise in the early hours to engage in spiritual rituals. If you're being woken up consistently, It might be a subtle call to deepen your spiritual discipline. You don't need to engage in anything elaborate. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing, silent prayer, or gratitude practice can be powerful during this time. A wake-up call, literally and symbolically. Sometimes, waking at 3 a.m. is a metaphorical wake-up call. The universe may be asking you to examine something you've been ignoring. Your emotions, your relationships, your purpose, or even hidden fears. Ask yourself, is there something in my life I'm avoiding? Is my soul restless because I'm not living in alignment? Am I being nudged to change direction? Often, waking at this hour invites introspection. Something deep within you might be knocking, waiting for you to answer. Spiritual protection is being offered. On some occasions, waking at 3 a.m. is a sign that you're being protected. You may be sensing subtle spiritual interference or energies that are not in alignment with your path. Rather than being afraid, consider this a reminder that you are watched over. Offer prayers for protection. Visualize yourself surrounded by light or call on your guardian angels. Trust that you are not alone, even when the night feels silent. How to respond spiritually when you wake at 3 a.m. If waking at 3 a.m. becomes a pattern, instead of feeling anxious or frustrated, you can use the time intentionally. Here are some ways to embrace the spiritual opportunity. Practice stillness. Don't rush to distract yourself with your phone or the TV. Instead, lie still, take deep breaths, and tune into your body and heart. Ask silently, why am I awake right now? What do I need to know? Meditate or pray. This is one of the best times to meditate. The lack of external noise allows your intuition to come forward. Focus on your breath or repeat a mantra. If you're religious, this is an ideal time to pray, especially for clarity, strength, or divine connection. Journal your thoughts. Keep a journal nearby to record thoughts, dreams, or emotions you feel during this time. Even if you don't fully understand the messages right away, documenting them can reveal deeper truths over time. Use affirmations. You can calm your mind and shift your energy by repeating positive affirmations, such as, I am safe and protected. I trust the wisdom within me. I am open to spiritual guidance. These affirmations can soothe any anxiety and open you to deeper understanding. Light a candle or burn sage. If you're feeling unsettled, light a candle or burn sage to clear any heavy or stagnant energy. The simple ritual of lighting a flame or smudging your space can create a sense of safety and clarity. Scientific versus spiritual. Finding the balance. Of course, not all awakenings at 3 a.m. are spiritual. Sometimes they're due to practical causes, stress, poor sleep habits, diet, or medical issues like sleep apnea. While it's important not to jump to supernatural conclusions, don't dismiss your intuition either. The key is to find a balance. Rule out physical causes like caffeine or anxiety. Observe emotional triggers or lifestyle changes. Then, consider the spiritual meaning as a possible layer of insight, not the only explanation. Sometimes the spiritual and physical overlap. For example, stress may be waking you up, but the deeper cause of that stress might be a lack of alignment in your life. The 3 a.m. wake-up might still carry a message, just on multiple levels. Waking up at 3 a.m. and the moon's influence. Some spiritually sensitive people also report waking at 3 a.m. during the full moon or other lunar phases. This may be due to the heightened energy that the moon brings, especially during a full moon, which can amplify intuition, dreams, and emotional processing. Track your wake-ups alongside the moon phases. You may discover that you are naturally in tune with lunar energy, which has long been associated with feminine wisdom, cycles, and spiritual insight. Final thoughts. What is your soul trying to tell you? Waking up at 3 a.m. can be more than just a sleep disruption. It can be a doorway into self-discovery and spiritual connection. Whether it's a divine message, an emotional release, or a sign of energetic shifts, pay attention to what stirs within you in those silent hours.